This is Sherm Radio in partnership with Timber Media, Podcasters for India Inc.
Hello and welcome everyone to Sherm Radio, which is all about insightful conversations with leaders on all things work. And this is Archana Jarath from Sherm. Joining me today is a very special guest. Before that, let me give you a bit of a background on what we're going to be talking about. Today we're talking about the heart of corporates and going beyond CSR. CSR, or corporate social responsibility, became an act a few years ago to ensure that organizations across the board are contributing to the social upliftment of the less fortunate and to participate in the development of the country and to bring in more organizations into this gambit. There are many organizations that follow this perhaps because it is a pure compliance or a policy. But then there are organizations that have a true passion for social upliftment and are invested in the betterment of the country. And today I'm joined by Mr. Ranjan Mohapatra, Director HR, Indian Oil Corporation, to talk about IOCL and the heart of corporates going beyond CSR. Mr. Mohapatra, welcome to Sherm Radio.
Thank you, Archana. Thank you very much.
I'm really looking forward to this conversation, sir.
No, I'm also, because this is very close to my heart.
Yes, absolutely. I don't think we could have had a better, person talking about this. And let me just, directly come to the first question, which is on, we all know that Indian Oil has always put a lot of emphasis on, giving back to society and having that heart towards the, social upliftment and many initiatives that you do. So can you share a little more about this philosophy of giving back to society?
Indian Oil's core values are based on 4 pillars: care, innovation, passion, and trust. And in fact, when we talk of care, it is not only care for our internal stakeholders, it is care for the community, care for the environment. We have always believed that CSR is just not CSR per se. I mean, we should be doing it in a way that while we conduct our business ethically, we also contribute to the economic development all around. I mean, whether it is the local community around our workplaces or entire society as a whole. In fact, Archana, I must tell you that long before, this became an act. You talked about CSR became an act. It became an act in 2013. Even before that, Indian Oil had been doing these activities in a big way. And we had just to give an example, we had our AOD hospital, which was established long before. We had a Assam Oil School of Nursing. Just small examples where we had been already contributing. In addition to that, a lot of CSR activities we have already been doing. And in this almost last 20-25 years, we have contributed nearly 2,500 crores, out of which 30% was invested much before the promulgation of this Companies Act in 2013. So you can see that we have been highly focused on developing the community, which in turn helps in developing the society, which in turn helps any business to grow. So the way we can, our philosophy always has been that can we reach that last person in the queue, last person in that entire community whom we can reach, whatever humble contribution or humble way we can make it, so that we can elevate their pain, which will in turn contribute to the society, will add to the societal usage.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. And I was very impressed as before our conversation, I was going through some of the wonderful work that IOCL does. And I must say, the kind of breadth of initiatives that you have. And like you rightly said, it's not something that started because of the act and really goes beyond to an actual philosophy. But if I look at it, whether it's environment impact, social impact, employability, skill development, it's really a very, very, well thought out sort of initiative. But what is the one initiative I would like to know from you which is closest to your heart, and why would you say that's the closest to your heart?
I was always expecting this difficult question from you, Archana, because it's very difficult to choose out one such initiative or some initiative which is close to your one's heart. See, in fact, I'll tell you that we are almost doing more than 900 initiatives, different areas, different trust areas. And as I was telling you also, I mean, our CSR contribution in the last 2-3 years even has been around 1,300 crores. So it's a big area, but still, as you have asked me, I will like to choose three such initiatives which are very, very close to my heart. The first one is a very new initiative which I took over after I took over as Director HR. We started, that is the Indian Oil Vidushi program. I mean, in fact, under that program, we have been specialized. I mean, we have been giving specialized coaching and mentoring to underprivileged girls from 12th standard so that they can appear for JEE Mains, JEE Advanced and other engineering college examinations. In fact, we had 2 centers to start with, one at Noida, one at Bhubaneswar. We added 2 more, Patna and Jaipur. And all these girls come from economically weakest sections. And from as far as places, when we had only Noida and Bhubaneswar, we had people from Jammu Kashmir, we had people from Jharkhand, we had people from all the areas. I mean, Orissas, weaker places, everywhere we had people from there. And just you can, I can give you a point that out of 169 Vidushis in the last 2 years, there were at least 130 people who belong to SC, ST or OBC classes. I mean, that's what we had been picking up them. And very happily, I can tell you, quite a few of them, 9 of them in 2018-19 joined IITs, 23 joined NITs, and 14 joined other engineering colleges. In 1920, just JEE Advanced has been over. Admissions are going on right now. 80 Vidushis have cleared this JEE Mains and 36 have cleared JEE Advanced. It is very close to my heart. This is one initiative which is absolutely close to my heart. And I'm sure that, see again, CSR, our focus has been that if you address the basics, it will make a difference. At the later on, it will make a difference. So second initiative, which is also very close to my heart, is our Skill Development Institute at Bhubaneswar. I mean, in fact, that institute, again, we are providing opportunities for scaling to unemployed and underprivileged youths of Orissa as well as nearby areas. And recently, I'll tell you, Akshana, we attended one of their alma mater meeting in which students who have passed out from SDI Bhubaneswar were there on a virtual medium, of course. I had people joining from Dubai. I had people joining from Ahmedabad, Delhi. All these places people are joined who had passed out from there and got jobs at different places. So this gives a lot of satisfaction to you. We provide trainings to the students in areas like industrial electricians areas, welder. One more thing, which is very close again, computer data application, fitter fabrication, instrumentation technicians, pipe fitters, particularly keeping in view this city gas distribution which is coming up, etc. So this again, 1,590 youths have already been skilled. And they are also, we are not only skilling them for employment, we are skilling them for entrepreneurship as well. The third one, which is a very small one, but I feel very, very happy, are aids and assistive devices which we have been providing to Divyangjans. With the help of Alimco, we have done it, and we have so far given to 37,940 odd people, and we are extremely proud of it. We have been providing devices like tricycles, wheelchair, crutches, walking sticks, braille kits, etc. This has been this has been very close to my heart. There are many more, but these 3 I can just think about it immediately, which are very, very close to my heart. Thank you, Archana.
Thank you, sir. I asked for one and you shared so many wonderful examples. The generosity comes across not just in the work, but also in your sharing of these examples so freely. Totally impressed and humbled by, the scale of work and impact that IOCL is doing. We'll just take a very short break at this point. I know you mentioned a couple of initiatives. Would love to hear a little more about them after this short break.
You are listening to Sharm Radio in partnership with Timber Media, podcasters for India Inc.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Sharm Radio. I'm in conversation with Mr. Ranjan Mohapatra, Director HR IOCL, and we are talking about the heart of corporates going beyond CSR. So, sir, you mentioned some wonderful examples and the kind of impact, the numbers you shared are, staggering. There were two examples in particular that really, I was I'm interested in all of them, but in the interest of, the fact that we have a time constraint, one being the Skill Development Institute in Bhubaneswar that you talked about. It's extremely unique. And, today there's a huge focus on Make in India and building skills of the nation. This is something you thought of a few years ago. That's one. And the other, which is something that is a real favorite of mine, which is the whole computer data application, which you really touched upon very briefly, which is for girls, and really want to know how that particular idea came up for you.
Okay, I'll just speak about first SDI. How did it come up, and what exactly are we planning for that? We know the company, Indian Oil, has a vision for creating a better tomorrow for youth. Totally focusing on the society in a way that the people at the grassroots level can make that difference. And we have been working in the line of Government of India's Skill India objective, contributing towards reducing demand versus supply gap, which is there in the skilled manpower. But at the same time, we are trying to focus on people who need it the most. That's what. One thing is that at one end is that we can give top quality training delivery using classroom training, modern industry equipment, everything which we have. The other end is that who are the users, who are the people who require it. So we are identifying them and really getting them to get this training, get this skilling, so that they become not only confident, self-dependent, sustainable, and a few of them, I have met a few of them as well. They have become entrepreneurs through various life skills which we have delivered, which have got delivered by specialists. So, in a nutshell, SDI Bhubaneswar, in fact, we aim to develop the students to realize their true potential and get ready for meeting the world of tomorrow. So, quite a few of batches have already gone by. As I was telling you, that we started with a pilot campus initially. Now we are coming up with a mega campus, which is almost will be 50-acre campus, 47 acre to be precise. We'll be training nearly 4,000 to 5,000 youths every year. And this will have many centers of excellences, and it will come as a model skill development institute in the country, and it will align again with the vision and mission of the Skill India initiative of the government. So that's coming up in another 3-4 months, Archana. It should be ready, and we should be starting our courses from there. And it will be a worth seeing mega skill development institute. And I'm again, at the cost of repetition, I'm extremely proud of that.
I'm sure.
You asked about computer data application course. It's again a personal, not only your personal favorite, I think not only mine also, it has been a personal favorite of most of us who have been involved with Skill Development Institute. In fact, this is a lot to do with improving the conditions of women in the society. Which we always talk about it, and what we can really do. We know that. They remain underrepresented. We don't have many of Archanas all around. We still would like to have. So, despite best efforts by organizations, not that organizations are not doing, institutions are not doing, people are really doing. I know Shram is doing a fabulous job. In this matter. Despite people doing, we find that there is a gap. So, we found that definitely IT sector is one of the biggest employer. And with this pandemic coming in, and it has become one of the things which can really change the way we have been doing our work, we're doing our everyday activities. So we realize that this is one of the areas where we have a requirement, a lot of employment opportunities there. And for that matter, IT sector also employs women employees a lot. So we started this course to empower the girls, to help them to stand up in the society independently. In fact, it is exclusively meant for girls, and we provide them various technology trends, processes, we not only train them on this computer application, Archana, we also give them life skills along with that, so that when they go around, they go out and they face the world, they are able to meet it in the right way, in the correct way. So we have so far skilled more than 300 girls. Again, I'm extremely proud that 80% of them are currently blessed with good remunerations, and that is something which we wanted very badly. Just although you did not ask about it, I would like to add, Archana, just one small thing. We also launched a social entrepreneurship project exclusively for developing these entrepreneurship qualities amongst housewives. I mean, thereby is where our SDI is there. We'll be sure there are nearby villages, people who can be developed, and we saw that by developing them, by training them in jute product marketing and sewing and tailoring. Now, most of these trained housewives have become entrepreneurs. In fact, the one that alma mater meet, which I was talking of, I interacted with two of the ladies. I mean, they were so happy. They were almost in tears, and they made me come into tears as well. Because when you see them self-sufficient, it happens. So
I'm sure,
we have planned few other programs. Let's see whether it works out or not.
No, I'm sure, with the kind of intent and the kind of, planning and detail orientation, they can only be successful. And you're very right, while there's a lot of work happening in the space of women development, it's still, there's still a long way for us to go as a society, and really, at all levels and even at the grassroots level. And it's wonderful to hear these stories. Sir, some may argue that, IOCL is a very large organization. You have a lot of resources, spread, all of that. So, that could be something that helps you in running these initiatives. But what about, maybe other organizations? So what is your advice to our listeners today in terms of taking more serious steps in the space of CSR, or I would not really say CSR, but really contributing to society? Because CSR today, is attributed to a label or an activity done because we are trying to comply, and going really beyond that. So any words, any suggestions, any thoughts from your end that you could share?
Yeah. First of all, I must tell the listeners also, I mean, Indian Oil could be a facilitator. I mean, as a big organization, you told, because Indian Oil has got all the, facilities or all, it could only play as a facilitator. It just can't really reach the way we should be reaching to the downtrodden, to the last mile, people at the last mile. It cannot reach unless, where Indian Oil has played a role, unless you create that value within your people. And that has to come from within. I mean, we have to create that. I told you that our core values are care, innovation, passion and trust. And that care portion has been inculcated in the minds of people very well. Number one. So Indian Oil plays a facilitating role, but it's not the end of reaching people with these contributions, with this creating that change in the society. See, first of all, let us accept one thing. I mean, I'm very proud again that India is one of the few countries which has made this investment mandatory. But again, let us not say that it's a legal expenditure. I mean, it has to go much beyond that. It has to, what was the intention? When it was brought in, the intention was that it has to make that little change in the society where society becomes empowered. So, and the corporates can play that roles. And that is where we have to really work. World today has moved much beyond CSR. In fact, if you are looking around, we are talking about corporate sustainability and our corporate shared value. So to my listeners, if you want to get the desired effect, it has become the need of the hour of organizations, of our individuals, to include social vision in the overall business, vision of business, overall vision for our purpose. I mean, it starts with individual, it starts go beyond that to organization, it goes beyond that to society. So we got to include this as a part of our organizational vision, as a part of our personal vision. And unless you have those committed people, even the organization cannot go forward and can deliver value. So It is. It's that's why it's very important for the people. I mean, why I always feel that we could do it. That you have to conceptualize that impactful and sustainable projects, and then you have to involve all the stakeholders, not only before but during and after implementation of any project, anything that you do for the society, for this type of activities, you must involve all the stakeholders. And then only when you see the charm, see that twinkling eyes, when they come alive with all these inputs that they get, all these changes that is made into the society, you will feel personally so satisfied and so happy and so contented. And that time you will forget about CSR per se, that you are doing it just because it's a legal expenditure. I think it has to come from within, and I would request all the listeners today who all are there that this must come from within. This must come forward.
Beautiful words and very well put. I think the heart, it came from the heart very clearly and very inspiring. And I'm sure a lot of our listeners are also, have the right intent and perhaps, find it difficult to figure out. Many are doing a lot, I'm sure, and many are also trying to find, the ways that they want to contribute more, because that shift in the society is also happening in the last few years. But thank you so much, sir. Very inspiring and beautiful learnings for all of us, lovely examples, and we wish to see more such examples coming across both from IOCL, from other corporates as well.
Thank you, Archana. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity, first of all. I meant to tell my heart out, and thank you very much.
Like I said at the beginning, I think we couldn't have found anyone better to talk about this subject because it's so close to your heart. So the appreciation is all from my end. Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful conversation.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone for listening into Sharm Radio in partnership with Timber Media Podcasters for India Inc. Stay tuned till we come back next time with another great conversation on all things work.
This is Sharm Radio in partnership with Timber Media, Podcasters for India Inc.